We now return to your infinite possibilities on DZRJ 810 AM, the voice of the Philippines. Here's your host, Francine de las Alas.
Hello, and we are back with the Happy for No Reason of Marcy Shimoff. Seven steps to being happy inside out. You are with Francine de las Alas at the show where we explore every possibility of being happy. That's your infinite possibility. So tell me what you need to build. Tell me the building blocks of your life, the ones that you want to build, and I'll be and hopefully that we can give you something that you can use every day to get to your destination of happiness. Now, if you want to call us at 897-8374-895-4460, you may want to improve your relationship or get over a broken heart, or you want to improve your income, your situation, or financial income, or gain financial independence, or you want to climb that ladder of success or set up a business. Anything, that is what we try to tackle here. Anything as far as your highest desires are concerned. You know how to go about it, the steps that you can take. As I said, your infinite possibilities is like your seminar on the air. But of course, we are only half as good until you pick up that pen and take the steps in order for you to build your own happiness. We only give you the tools, and of course, if you don't use it, nothing's gonna happen. And one of my best line for today, I think, was I said, I'm done. I'm done with the life of being sad and with the life of hardship. I've been there, done that, and you know what? They don't work. So I am recently, one of the things that I have actually pursued are the other worthier goals in my life, and have taken the steps. And today I am at the threshold of my own achieving my own success. And success both in my calling, my advocacy, my direction, and in my prosperity. So I hope you guys, whatever it is that you are considering right now in your life, or whatever you think is lacking or you want to add up in your life, we are here for you, Francine de las Alas, at your infinite possibilities. So anyway, what are we taking up today? We're taking up the taking stock of your happiness, and one of the awareness that Marcy Shimoff was talking about in her book was the happiness robbers. What are the happiness robbers? And you know what? I think you are very familiar with this, because day in, day out, these are actually the habits that we have grown accustomed to, and these are the habits that are as hard to quit as smoking, or binge eating or stress eating. And these habits are complaining, blaming, and feeling shame. But of course, you know what? You may have other issues, because these are just some of it, and the most common is in fact complaining. And she said that complaining, like feeling sorry for ourselves, or trying to garner sympathy, or being a martyr, or overgiver, are all dead giveaways that we're the guest of honors of our own pity party. And when we complain, we don't just complain about we don't just have self-pities. We complain about traffic jams, about the inadequacies of the school system, of our children, everything that's going on. We keep complaining. We get so used to that. In fact, I think if I were to conduct a study, every 30 seconds or so, we always find something to complain about. And why is that detrimental? One, because it doesn't add to your growth. It keeps you away from from your other worthier goals, because the tendency of the attention of your mind is on whatever it is that's causing constriction during that moment. So you know what? If you were to find a way to break that habit of complaining, and do so. One of the things that we did, me and my best friend, as part of when we were trying out the tools for the Soul Search coaching program that I give out. It's a coaching on happiness. Was the No Complaints Day, and we set it out for 30 days. And the funny thing, because we had to be conscious, and we were not allowed to complain even about about the simplest things in our lives, the we were left with our own bubble thoughts. That constriction. I can't say this. So because of that conscious effort to prevent ourselves from complaining, we had so many bubble thoughts about all the complaints that we instead ended up laughing. And I would suggest that you try that with your best friend, or with your best friend, the one who's familiar, that you're comfortable with, because the bantering about skirting or going around the complaint can be really hilarious for the two of you, and of course can be, as they said, laughter is the best medicine, can be very therapeutic. And another upside of not complaining and just entertaining all your bubble thoughts about the complaint is also that once the happiness kicks in, once the joy kicks in, it kind of sustains you the rest of the day. And because your mind is so relaxed, you can now focus more on the worthier things that you need to deliver during the day. And that was, I think, one of the best tools that we actually discovered. And if you were listening, if you have been used to tuning into us, I always tell you that, you know what, the funny thing about God is that He hid happiness in the simplest of places. He hid it right under your noses, and all you have to do is think outside the box. The ones that usually, if you are faced with a problem, if you're faced with some stress or pressure of whatever kind, just think of what that opposite. Just think of the opposite of that thought, opposite solutions of that thought. And in the same way that, if as far as complaining is concerned, because we have grown so accustomed to it, and the opposite of that is thou shall not complain. Try it for the next 30 days. And the fact that we had to stop ourselves from complaining, and instead found funnier thoughts out of that grip, was actually a proof that it's so easy to be happy. And we continued that exercise for 30 days, and we also jacked it up with ways to reward ourselves or to practice apply our thought, the empowerment of our thought into more productive wishes or aspirations. And we started putting it together in our vision board, because we needed a what do you call this, a bin for which we can apply happiness into our lives. So we had our vision board with it and said, you know what, at the end of 30 days, that instead of focusing on the complaint, the upside of it is counter thought right away, the things that I want to happen in my life. So try that, guys, because if you want to know how funny God is, if you want to know how easy it is to be happy, do not complain 30 days with your best friend. So there. And what do you complain about? It's usually about the demands and the obligations and the commitment. What else? The unexpected experiences in your life, like and usually the traffic. Play with just one incident or event, and be conscious of that policy for the next 30 days of no complaints, and see what happens. See what kind of thoughts come out of that instead, and see how those new thoughts influence your feelings, your habits, and your actions, and also your outlook. So that's one of the happiness robbers, and that's complaining, and what I shared with you is one of the tools that you can actually use in order for you to stop complaining. Nobody wants a pity party animal. I have this friend actually that and these are actually male friends, all right. And I have this friend who's undergoing a stressful time in his relationship. So being male, you know what kind of problem he has brought in. But I'm not saying that it's just his problem. But before that even happened, he was already having a tough time with his spouse. But he's been my friend for the last 2 years, and then and now he has only sang one song, complained about the same thing over and over. And the thing about complaining, I said that after some time, it is no longer the aggressor's fault. If you are still not doing anything about it, if you're still not doing anything about it, you are also mostly actually to blame for being in that situation, for not taking charge, and for not helping yourself, move away from that problem. So anyway, and if you were to consider timelines in complaints, let's say especially if it's a very personal complaint, if it's about your work, if it's about your relationship, if it's about anything that feels personal already, and it's difficult to it's been a difficult situation, personal situation in your life. The timeline usually is 6 months, 1 year to 2 years. If you're still there, especially on the second year, you know what? You can't blame it. You can't complain about it, nor can you blame it on that person, or on that situation. Yes, as I said, you are the key to your own happiness. So anyway, so try that. No complaints for 30 days. See, and call me for your experience. Let's have fun with it, and let's roll with it, and let's have fun with it, so that I can also help you sustain your happiness for the next 30 days and even after that. So we have to go on a break. I will be right back with you. If you want to call us, it's 897-8374 and 895-4460. Remember, happiness is not fleeting joy. It is far more lasting than that, and it is 24/7, and it is accompanied. It's usually a package with inner peace, bliss, and prosperity. So I'll be right back with you. I forgot, I have to tell you where you can find my blog, my Twitter, and my Facebook. So anyway, I'll be tuning in with you. I'll just give this break a chance, and call in if you want. Thank you.